O- Okay guys, so welcome to another exciting video from Pycoders Academy Python focus video with me Faisal from Pycoders Academy. Okay, so in our previous video we were looking at the first part of regular expressions where we learned about the regular patterns, we learned about the RE model, we looked at some of the methods inside the RE model where we listed the match, the find all, the search, and the sub method, and we looked at the parameter, the flag optional parameter, and we did some examples and so on and so forth. Okay, so today we will look at the second part of the regular expressions where we will be covering character classes, special character classes, and repetition classes. Then we will end with regular expressions here. Okay, so first, let's look at an example of what we did previously. Okay, so import RE. So to get to use the RE model. Now, after importing, we just do something like let's say string is equal to, we used this is 1 2 3. Okay, now we moved on to let's say an example, but let it wait for now. But let me explain some classes. So classes are set like a group of let's say a group of characters. So we are saying a group of characters or a group of patterns. Yeah, so instead of a single character or a single word we are searching for in our string, we are searching for a group of characters or a group of patterns in our string. So that's what we say character classes are, or that's what we say classes are. So when we say character class, we are saying a group of characters or a group of patterns we'll be using as patterns for our to search for strings or to search as parameter patterns. Okay, so let's start with the first feature for today, which is the character classes. Okay, so starting with the character classes, so as I said, they are just a group of specific characters we are just looking for as patterns. Okay, so we'll be looking at 7 patterns in this video. Then you can find more out in the Python official website. Okay, now the 7 are, so let me list them here. So we have A to Z. Can have A to Z again. You can have 0 to 9 We can also have A to okay, so A to Z. Then you can have A to Z again. Then we can have 0 to 9. Okay, so I think it's the other way around rather. So let me put this here. Okay, so A to Z. Okay, we'll look at that. So A to Z, A Z O 9. Okay, now we move on to look at, okay, so we have 1 2 3 4. Now let's look at okay, I have another one also. So yeah, so 0 to 9. Then we can also have this and A to Z. Okay, then you can also have A E I O U. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, 3. Okay, so these are the basic ones we'll be looking at in this video. So there are more out, so you can just check it out. Okay, so starting with the first one says A to Z. So the A to Z is just a character class for alphabets which are in the uppercase. Okay, so let's look at how to use them. So let's say look for. Here we'll be using the find all method. So re dot find all, then I will say r then I will say quote, then I'll put them. So you just put them in square brackets as I have here. Then I will say a hyphen z. Okay, so that's how we write character classes. So we bring square bracket a hyphen z, then we pass the string here. Okay, so here the string is just the string. Okay, now here I will just do a conversion here. So let's say string is equal to string dot upper. Okay, so that it will convert it to the uppercase. Now let's just print the look for out. So look for. Okay, now let's run this code and see. Okay, oh, it's still running the previous code. So let me try again. Okay, so we are getting this is. So actually we first converted the this is to uppercase. Now we just use the find all method in the re model to get all the uppercase letters inside our string. So that's what the find all is for, and that's what the a hyphen z character class is for. So it just looks for the capital cases or the uppercase letters inside our string. Okay, so that's what we are saying. Now we can just join them. So remember, from built-in methods for strings, we just do dot join, then we just pass here. Okay, now we can get our sentence back again. Okay, so you have this is so simple. So that's what we are saying when we talk about character class. So they are just a group of letters or group of characters that we have characterized them as classes. Okay, so instead of a to z, capital A to z, we can just use small a to z here to look for lowercase letters. Okay, so now we don't need this. Okay, now let's run this code and see. Okay, so you can see we have this. So let me just remove this join and to see to have the natural view. Okay, so we have this. So this is okay. So that's what we are talking about. So this just collect the lowercase letters inside our string. Okay, now we can also collect numbers, so by just using 0 to 9. Okay, now just let's run this code and see. Okay, so we are getting the numbers here also. We can also collect all numbers and letters here. So just put this here. So let's run this code and see. Okay, so it's working. So we have the this is, then we are getting 1 2 3. So this what we are talking about. So it's getting all the numbers inside our string. Okay, or it is getting all the numbers and the so it's alphanumeric, so getting all the letters, which no matter the case, so whether uppercase, lowercase, or any number form, is getting all of it. Okay, now this class actually brings us the negative of the numbers. Okay, so this says negative of 0 to 9. So any character apart from 0 to 9. So that's what the this symbol is for. So we are saying negative or any character other than 0 to 9. So let's try this here. Okay, so control C. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so any character apart from 0 to 9. Okay, so we are getting this, and then the white spaces also, then another white space here. So any character apart from the digit here. Okay, so it collects from here, from this space to that place. Okay, so that's what we are saying. Then this also does the same. Any character apart from this. Okay, you can do the same for lowercase also. So this will collect this is 1 2 3 all this because there is no uppercase here. Then lastly you look at the vowels class, which is the I E I O U. Okay, so that's what will be. So it just looks for the vowels inside our string. Okay, so this is a very practical way you can do. So let's say you want to check for all vowels inside your string, you just use the character class or use the RE model, then you just find all using the character class of the vowels. Now you can just count the vowels inside them by using the count method. So simple. Okay, so we are getting the values here. Then we can get the len here to get the number of values or the number of vowels inside our string here. So it's 2. The number of vowels is 2 here. So simple. So actually you can achieve a lot of stuff with the RE model. Okay, so this collect all the vowels inside, so we can get all the consonants. How will we do it? So simple, we just use the symbol we used inside the other one. So we just do, just do this. Okay, so this symbol. Okay, so actually this is the consonant. Or okay, so we can also uh we can do a lot of stuff here, but we will restrict it for now. Okay, so this is actually the character classes in the RE model. Okay, so I hope you get this, and you can just find a whole lot of character classes outside this video. You can also create your own character classes as I have just done here. Okay, so now we move on to the special character classes. Okay guys, so welcome to this section where we have looked at the character classes, we have looked at the special character classes, and the last of what we will do in this video will be the repetition classes. Okay, so for the repetition classes, they are just, as the name suggests, used to repeat let's say classes, so character classes. Okay, so as I have here, so I just added this. So the first one is, so these are the repetition classes we have in Python. Okay, so like for regular expression, so the plus sign is for preceding, like checking for if the preceding character is one or more or appears one or more times. So if the character appears, like the character before the plus sign appears one or more times, or the star is also for preceding, so preceding character, like to check if the character appears 0 or more times, and the question mark is also to check for the exact 0 or 1 times. Okay, then we will also treat this. Okay, so quickly let's take the first one, which is the plus sign. Okay, so let's say I have something like let's say R. Then we know that when we use backslash t, we are saying we want uh, a digit to, we want to check a digit. So let's just print this out and see what we are getting. Okay, so as you can see, we said we want a digit, so we are getting 1 2 3. So we are getting 1 2 3 digits. Okay, so now let us be curious more, because we said the plus is used for checking the preceding character if it appears one or more times. So let's just place the plus sign here. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that we are saying go into the digits, like the digits we have, check if the digits appear more than one or more times. So we are taking this group of digits and we are checking if this group of digits appear one or more times. So let's try and see. Okay, so as you can see, it appears only once. So when the plus was absent, we got one separate, two separate, three. But when the plus sign is there, we are getting one, two, three in a grouped list. So that's what the difference are. So actually, when you do \d, we are saying go into the string and collect any number. But here is the case, we have already collected the number, which is 123. Now we are checking if that group of number appears one or more times. That's what the plus means. Okay, so you can also check another one, like let me put 123 here also. Okay, so here you should get two of 123. Okay, so you are getting two of 123, but let me remove the plus sign and see. Okay, so you can see you have 123 like in a separate commas. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so now quickly move to the star character. So the star symbol also checks for if the preceding character contain zero or more times of what you are searching for. So let's say we put star here. Let's go and see. Okay, so we are getting spaces, then 123. Okay, so what this saying is that like let's say I have the 123 here, and after checking the 123, it checks the preceding character here. So it checks if the preceding character there appears one, zero or more times. So that's what we are saying. So we have 123 here, that is the digit. Now it checks the number first. After checking the number, it moves on to the space here, then also check the number of spaces, the number of times the spaces appear. So that's what the star also do. Okay, so now we know, let me do a practical, something like, let me say cookie, but I'll, okay, so let me say a cookie. Okay, let me say, sorry, oh, now I'll put cookie here, so cookie, but here I'll put star here, then I'll put another star here. Okay, so let me run this code and see. Okay, so you can see I'm matching the cookie. Why? Because like the star here is checking the previous, the like, let me just put all here. Let me see. Okay, so the star here is checking the preceding character. So this is the preceding character. If it matches, if there is a zero or more times. So if there is zero, we will get a good result. So let me say I'm putting let's say gh, something like this here, something that doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go and see. Okay, so you are getting empty here, so we are checking if zero or more times appear, but here there is nothing that matches this pattern. So let me change the search. Okay, now let's go and see. Still there's nothing that matches it, but let me put the cookie here. Okay, so here we are checking the preceding is zero, so we are checking if the preceding appears zero or more times here. Okay, so now let's go and see. Okay, so it said match cookie, so it is matching this cookie string here. Okay, so that's what we are saying. So when the star is placed, it checks the preceding character if it appears zero or more times. Okay, so moving on, we look at the question mark symbol. It also check for the preceding character if it's exactly it appears exactly zero or one time. Okay, so let me put the question mark here. Okay, so let's go. Okay, none. So it doesn't appear 0 or 1 time. That's why we got none, because here we are saying exactly 0 or 1, but here it is not exactly 0, it is more than 1. So that's what we are saying. So if it is exactly 0 or 1 time, then this should bring a match. So let's change it to just 1. So let's run this code and see. Okay, so you can see we got a match here. So when it is exactly 0 or 1 time, we are getting the question mark symbol applies. So that's the repeating character for that is the basic repeating characters, the plus sign, the star sign, and the question mark sign. Okay, so we move on to these last three symbols, or these last three parameters. Okay, so let's look at what we did before. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now let's say we just want to check for a pattern repeatedly, so a repeated number of times. So let's say I have plus d here. We know this gives us 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's say, let me use find all. Okay, we know this gives us 1, 2, 3, but let's say we want to check repeated number of times. So I'll put this curly bracket here, then I'll put any number. So let's say I'll check for 6 times. Okay, now let's go. Okay, so it's getting empty because it doesn't match the number here, because the number here is 3. So let me put 3 here and see. Okay, so so you can see this actually matches the plus sign. So the plus sign give us this output, and this is also giving us this. So when you want a specific number of times of a specific character, you just put curly braces and the number here. Okay, so that's what we are seeing here. Okay, so now I can just put 2 also here and see. Okay. Okay, so you can see we are getting 12. So just 2 characters. You can put 1 also here, you should get 1. Okay, that's the idea behind this curly brace. So when you want let's say exactly x numbers of digits, then you just specify this curly bracket and put that x number inside it. Okay, so we move on to the next one, which is at least x times or more. So let's say I want x times or more. So let's say 1 time or more. So I just put comma here and space. So let's run this code and see. Okay, so we are getting none. So let me uh okay, so you are getting this. So there shouldn't be space here, it should be like this. Okay, so 1 comma this. So let's say 1 or more. So we are getting this. So that's at least 1. We can also do at least 3 to get the same results. Okay, but let's say we do at least 4. Since it doesn't match 4, we are getting none. Okay, so that's the idea. We move on to the last one, which is at least x times but no more than y. Okay, so let's say at least 1. Okay, so let's say at least 1 but no more than 3. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So at least 1 but no more than 2. Okay, so you can see the reason why we are getting 2 values is that at least 1, no more than 2. So when it checks the first one, we got 1, 2, which is 2, which is the maximum. So the maximum was 2, which is here. So that's the maximum 2, and just 1 digit. So this is just 1, but the maximum component is 2. So after checking this, it subtracts it to the total number of digits, which results us with just 1 left. So the 1 left will just represent 1. So since it satisfies at least 1 and not more than 2, it comes here. So that's why we are getting these two values. Okay, so that's that for the second part of regular expressions in Python. So in this video we looked at character classes, which are these, and we came to look at the special characters, which are also these. Then we also came to look at the repetition classes. So next we will look at just a simple project. I'll leave you in suspense to just wait for it. So we'll bring a simple nice project for you to just practice your regex on. So regular expressions are also called regex. So just give you a project to look at, and like it will be fun. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it with your friends. Bye bye. Okay, so in our section, in the last section, we look at the character classes in the RE model. So that's what the character classes are. Now we move on to special character classes. So they are also character classes, but they are special ones. Okay, so I think we have already encountered this earlier on in the previous video. So let's just copy it and paste it. So this is the character classes, but you didn't know it was the special character class. So this is the special character classes. Okay, now let's just do some examples on that. So as I have written here, the small w is for the letters, the non-letters is for the capital W, the d is for non-digit small d. Okay, so let's look at the z and the a, because that's what is we haven't treated. Okay, so let's put z here, so backslash z. Okay, now let's run this code and see. Okay, so bad escape z at position 0. Okay, so we can't apply this here, but in our later examples we will look at this. Then we can also try for a. Okay, so I want to make this very simple to for you to understand here, so we won't be, so this just quote, so what is starting is just quote here. Okay, so this actually the special character classes. So this is w, so we can put w to check for small letters, but we will look at more how to apply them in the next video, which is our project under the regular expressions. Okay, so we look at it in our next video, the more practical way. Okay, now we look at some white spaces also. So this s, so we put s here, then yeah. Okay, so simple. Okay, so move on to the repetition classes.